say something that I'm sure you've been considering since we heard about this, and is probably a discussion around the table, around the water cooler at work. Oprah for president? The election of President Trump made Oprah apparently say,
Never considered the question, even a possibility. I just thought, oh.
Right, because it's clear that you don't need government experience to be elected president of the United States, right?
I thought, oh, gee, I don't have the experience. I don't know enough. I don't know. And now I'm thinking, oh.
All right. Well, okay.
Now, slow your roll. Don't start printing Oprah for president posters just yet. Oprah has said in the past she would not run for president. But remember, President Trump once said the very same thing to Oprah.
I know people have talked to you about whether or not you want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Well, here we are. I'm joined by two people who have spent much time with Oprah, author and former television host Rolonda Watson, Variety senior editor Ted Johnson. We all had a chuckle about that. Rolonda, I know that there's going to be a lot of people that'll say, look, she's got everything. She is likely one of the most powerful people in the world, one of the most powerful women in the world. What more could she want? Why would it benefit her to even consider something like that?
That's right, and especially after we saw the problem with the women voters in this past election.
Yeah, good point.
One thing about Oprah Winfrey, she can galvanize women, no matter what the political wall is. Of course, people will say, well, can she galvanize the men too? But the thing about it is, we know she loves America. We know she will stand up for injustices.
Absolutely.
And, you know, she's got the heart of America. And I think there are a lot of people who said, whether she runs or not,
do you think, you spent a lot of time with her, it takes a certain amount of, how do you say, intestinal fortitude to be commander-in-chief?
Well,
do you think she has that too?
Let me tell you, it takes intestinal fortitude to do TV.
Well,
and on her level, who says she doesn't know politics?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So I think that for somebody who has the resources, the ears, the voice that she has, why not?
But does she have the desire? And that's the question. You actually, Ted, spoke to her about a possible run. I think it was in 2015. Spoke to her. There was some hesitancy. What did she seem to say about the world of politics at that point?
Well, actually, back then, what I talked to her about was getting involved in the 2016 campaign and getting out there and campaigning for Hillary Clinton. And she didn't really have any interest. I mean,
she didn't really like the space, did she? She didn't like the sort of tone of everything.
It did not strike me. And since then, she even said, you know, I just am turned off by the negativity. I support Hillary Clinton, but I have no desire to get out there and wade into an incredibly negative campaign. That's why, you know, I'm pretty dubious that she actually would get into the race.
Right.
There's a lot of scrutiny that comes into it, that a lot of billionaires who are considering this, or, you know, rumored to be considering this, it would be pretty jarring to them, because a lot of them are surrounded by a lot of handlers, a lot of publicists, very stage managed in their public appearances.
Right.
When they get out on that political stage, it's really a free-for-all.
All bets are off, really. It is a free-for-all. What do you think? Do you think if she could put all of those things aside, suspend her own disbelief, do you think she would make a good commander-in-chief? Does she have what it takes?
I think she potentially could make a really good candidate. Remember, she campaigned for Barack Obama back in 2007 and 2008, and I thought she was enormously effective out there on the political stage. It all depends on kind of what the tone is come 2 years into the Trump presidency. She could be a counter. She could be kind of this inspirational counter to the negativity.
She's an ambassador for the people, I think. She's a real ambassador for the people, and sometimes that person has a lot more power than actually sitting in the seat of presidency.
Well, you look at somebody like Bernie Sanders.
Absolutely.
I mean, he galvanized a gigantic portion, and even Donald Trump was able to speak to the mess. I mean, that's how he got into office. You know, it's interesting because we had a conversation about this in our meeting yesterday, and normally we sort of talk these things through for a few minutes and move on to the next topic to figure out what we're going to do. This was a talker for a good portion of the meeting. It's because things have altered. Bets are off now.
It's a new page in America.
It's a new world order.
New paradigm now.
This is not really that out of the ordinary for us even to be having this discussion now. The idea of
not at all. I think it's refreshing in a way. I think it's really exciting that anybody could be president and that we could vote for anybody president. Just our voices could be lifted. And I think that what people are saying also is we need a lot more heart.
Yeah.
We need a little bit more of that Oprah stuff going on. And as Gandhi said, be the change you want to see.
Well,
and
and
maybe that gets us more
If
involved.
she ends each press conference with "You get a car" and "You get a car," I think she's got America's heart right there.
Very intriguing.
Absolutely.
Very
Ted,
intriguing.
Rolonda, really, we just wanted to kind of put the what if. But again, if she doesn't want to do it, it's not going to happen. So that's what it comes down to. Thanks so much for joining us, both
Thank
of you.
you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Remember when Kellyanne Conway